The womb space is full of pure creative energy and unconditional love. When we connect more deeply to that space, there's so much unshakable support, wisdom, and guidance that we can ground into when life feels unstable. The womb energy is available to all of us to connect to and work with. This conversation features Emmi Mutale, an intuitive healer, energy medicine practitioner, and shamanic womb priestess. In this conversation, Emmi will guide you to tune into your womb space and give it something that it needs by planting a beautiful intention within that fertile ground. If you don't have a physical womb, you can still tune into the energy of the womb, as this energy is available to all of us and just waiting for us to reconnect to her. Welcome back, everyone. I am here with Emmi, and Emmi, this is our second time working together. The first time we worked together, it was so nourishing, just the energy that you bring and the spaces that you create. So I was so happy to have you as part of all of this for another round of collaboration.
Oh, thank you, Stacey. That means a lot to me, and it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Of course, yes. And yeah, so today, I know last time we talked, it was really all about connecting with the earth, which is huge. But what I've found is that that connection with the earth has brought me into my womb space. Yeah. And my new book has, I was just sharing, like, it was led by this great mother energy, and I did not know it at the time, but that was also leading me to the womb. Like all of my work these days is just pointing in the same direction. And I know you have so much to share around this energetic space within us. And yeah, maybe we'll just start off like let's start off with what you're up to in the world, and then we'll go into the womb space. I'm getting carried away.
Yeah, sure. What am I up to? My goodness me. Well, I have a beautiful retreat coming up in the Western Desert in Egypt, where we will be connecting with the primordial mother energies, the womb-like energy of the desert, the vastness, stillness, the voidal energy of the desert. And it's going to be an absolutely magical experience. Outside of that, I am actually going through a bit of a personal transformation at the moment, in the sense that I can feel that my work is deepening,
Mm,
and I feel that there's something new starting to slowly come through. I do not know what that looks like yet. And I have been in a kind of like a chrysalis phase for many, many months now, where I'm just having to trust very deeply and surrender to the not knowing,
mhm,
and trust that the Great Mother will guide me, and the next steps will come through in divine timing, and not fall into any kind of a panic or this need to push and bring through something that doesn't feel aligned just for the sake of bringing through something. So it's a
mhm.
very liminal phase. It's a quite a challenging phase to be in, but I am learning to trust more and more.
I feel that. I feel like I'm just coming out of that phase and to me, it's like when we create from the womb space, it takes us on this journey that kind of requires this unplugging and reorienting, recalibration. I'm curious, what is the energy of, like, I know you don't know like the words and what exactly it is, but how does it feel, this new depth that you're sensing?
Mm. Oh, that's a very good question, and I'm not sure I have a very clear answer for you yet.
That's
But
okay. That's okay.
but yeah, I know that it has to do with the dark mother energies. I know it has to do with spiraling deeper and deeper into the mystical,
Mm,
magical space of the womb, both my own and the womb of Gaia and the womb of the creatrix.
mhm,
And I know it has to do with what is happening on our planet at the moment, the ascension journey that Mother Earth is on herself,
mhm,
the Gnostic war between good and evil that we're experiencing on our planet, have been experiencing for very, very long time, but that's now really coming to a point where we as humans have to choose, very consciously choose, whether we want to continue with this path of materialism, path of division and destruction, what
Mm-hmm.
ultimately patriarchy is all about, or whether we want to recreate or rebirth a whole new way of being that is in many ways based on ancient knowing, sacred ancient knowing, but that is going to be adapted to the world as it is now, to the way humanity is now. And what are the sacred underpinnings of all of that? What is that going to look like in the next few years? What is it going to look like for the next generations to come? What is it going to look like in the next 1,000 years? And what are we choosing in the face of agendas like transhumanism and posthumanism? What are we
Mm-hmm.
choosing right now? Because that's all that matters right now in so many ways.
Yes. Well, and I love that. It's like we have a choice, right? We don't have to keep going down the same path. And I love also that it's ancient knowledge and wisdom that we're returning to. But I just see it like breaking through all this modern noise, right? So
Yeah.
how can we create this from the womb space? Can you speak to that a little bit? Yeah, that's like an entirely new space to begin your creative work from, and I know for me it changed everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the important thing to really acknowledge and embody is the knowing that the womb is the cauldron of creation. We
Mm,
often only associate the womb with the creation of new life, which in and of itself is a miracle. I mean, that is the holiest thing that women's bodies are made for, really. This
mhm,
we are portals for new life to emerge from the soul realms into 3D reality, and that is amazing. And the womb is so much more than that. The womb is a portal into other dimensions. The womb is a portal into ancient knowing and wisdom. The womb is a portal for manifesting for ourselves the kind of lives we want to lead and for manifesting collectively a world that we want to live in, that we want to leave for the generations to come. And ultimately, it is the womb that hosts and homes our creative energy. So when we want to create something new, whether that's a book, whether
mhm,
that's a piece of art or a poem or a new project,
mhm,
anything, the creative energy for that is sourced from the womb.
mm,
And consciously, we learn to work with those alchemical creative forces, the easier and more flowing that creative process and energy becomes as well.
mm. Yes, absolutely. So, how do we, if someone's interested in working this way, how do we begin to access that space within us? Because I know for like a lot of women, and even people in general, it's like it's a big topic to go into the womb. There's so much I feel like there's a lot of walls around it. And I feel like it's been taken from us or hidden from us, like there just feels like this wall up in front of it. And I'm curious, like, how do you begin to make contact with this space and form a relationship with it or reconnect?
Yeah, and you're so right. There has been for thousands of years a very intentional program around disconnecting us from the power of our wombs. And
Mhm.
now we are really truly waking up to the knowing that our wombs are very potent, very powerful. And for me, the easiest way to start to connect with the womb energy is I'll take you through a short process if that's okay. That's the
Perfect.
easiest
Yes.
way to demonstrate it. And this is literally just to show anyone who's new to working with the womb how to start to form that connection. So
Beautiful.
the first thing to do really would be to place your hands on your lower belly over the womb space. And if you no longer have a womb, if you've had hysterectomy, either partial or full, you can learn to connect with the energetics of the womb. So the etheric blueprint of the womb will always be inside you, and you can learn to connect with this anytime, any point in your life. But let's place our hands on the lower belly over the womb space and take a couple of deep breaths. If it feels good to close your eyes, you're welcome to do that. And just for a moment, just feel the warmth of your palms and how that feels on your body. You might notice something stirring already just by virtue of holding that part of you. And if you don't feel anything, that's also okay. This is a practice. It grows over time. And then with your next in-breath, bring your awareness inwards. And then consciously connect with your womb. This connection may happen very organically and easily, or it might feel a little bit challenging. That's okay. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. And as you're connecting with your womb, you may be connecting with the actual physical organ, the uterus. You may see that in your mind's eye. You may feel the vibration or the frequency of the womb, or you may connect with the womb in a more abstract way. Perhaps you sense or see a color. Perhaps there is a symbol or some other kind of a shape there that you're connecting with. Or perhaps you are hearing something. There's no right or wrong way here. Perhaps you simply sense her presence. And as you're connecting, take a moment just to be still and smile at your womb. Honor her. Let her know that you are there. And you might even want to say, hello, womb. I'm sorry I haven't been connecting, but I am here now. And then you might imagine that you're breathing in and out of your womb space. So every in-breath you take, you're consciously bringing that breath through into the womb space. And every out-breath you let out, you're consciously allowing that out-breath to emanate from the womb. And you're simply circulating your sacred breath in and out of the womb. This is a beautiful way to start to clear and cleanse the energies from within the womb space and to bring through nourishing, nurturing, fresh energy into the womb as well. And over time, as your connection with the womb deepens, you'll start to notice that she starts to talk to you. You might hear words of wisdom. You might hear questions. You might hear cries for help. Or you might simply energetically sense that your womb needs something. Or you can even ask your womb questions and then in stillness, silence, allow those responses to start to emerge. Again, it can take a little bit of time. Remember, we've been disconnected from this for thousands and thousands of years, but we are reclaiming the ancient art of holy communion with the womb. And all you need to do is connect, even if it's just for 1 minute a day. Breathe in and out of the womb, honor her, say hello to her, smile at her. And you'll start to notice that this connection becomes stronger and stronger and stronger over time. So let's just take one more deep breath at this point, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And you can always tell your womb space that you'll be back again soon. And when you're ready, just simply open your eyes.
That's always a nice place to go back to.
It really is. And if you haven't been doing this kind of work, then it really is a very potent reclamation.
Hmm.
It's almost like an act of rebellion when you reconnect with the womb and you start to form that sacred connection with her.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like this radical act of self-love
Yeah.
and reconnection. It's, so I have two little ones, and to be fully transparent, I don't even know how I'm pulling all this together right now because I get tired and I'm like, how is it physically possible, right? Within family life. And when I talk to people, they're like, how are you doing this? And I have to say, like, this womb energy, there's just so much love there. And there's so
Mm.
much energy that, like, that's where I go back to over and over to source the energy and the motivation, right? Like, I've been waking up super early and I don't even know. I'm like, it's calling me into this next level of devotion. And
Mm.
it's like, that's my answer. It's like, I just keep going back to that space because there's guidance. It's like, oh, but you could do this today and this time, or this, or I'll be like, I just need more time, and then something will happen where like my husband will take the kids for somewhere, and it's these little things throughout the day, but just keeping that connection. And even now, like, that was my reminder to keep coming back, like to spend time each morning connecting to that space and reflecting, like, how do you want me to lead this day? What's the most important thing for this day? How can I support you?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Beautiful.
there really is so much love in that space. It just felt like this really good friend, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautifully said.
Yeah. And yeah, I know we talked about, so could we go back in to plant an intention, or does that feel complete for right now? What are you feeling with that?
Well, I'm very happy to take you into another short process that will allow to really connect with that creative spark and
Hmm.
set an intention for whatever it is that you are wanting to birth into being.
Hmm.
I know that this is very much about writing this beautiful gathering that you have created here. So what we could do is work with the womb to really plant that intention for your next piece of writing, whether it's a book or a poem or an essay or whatever it might be.
Beautiful. Yeah, yeah, like this self-expression. Oh, I like that. Okay. Yeah, I just feel like now that we've connected, the womb is needing something. So
Perfect.
that
Now
would that
she
would
wants
be,
more.
yeah, that'd be really beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay. So once again, just make sure that you're sitting or lying down comfortably. And if it feels good and safe for you to do so, close your eyes. And let's just take a couple of deep breaths to start going back into that inward kind of a state, allowing the breath to ground you, to bring you more fully into the present moment, more fully into your precious body temple, and more fully into this sacred container that Stacy has lovingly created here. And with your next in-breath, bring your awareness inwards. And right away, just bring your awareness back to the womb. Say hello to her again. She might be quite surprised that you are back this quickly. And smile at her. And just for a moment again, just channel your breath into the womb space. And this time around, imagine that every time you're breathing in, you are sending this beautiful, fresh, nourishing energy into the womb. And every time you breathe out, you are releasing something that no longer serves. It literally just flows out of your womb down into Mother Earth, and Mother Earth will receive it. It will not harm her. She'll simply alchemize it, compost it into something beautiful and powerful. So you're consciously creating space for the new inside your womb space through your breath. And now connect with that fertile, dark, velvety energy in the womb space. New life is birthed out of darkness. And the womb is this void of darkness. The darkness is not something we need to be afraid of. The darkness is something where the new gestates, is nurtured and nourished. So through your breath, just imagine this womb of yours becoming more and more fertile, more and more ready to receive new ideas, to birth new ideas, and to nurture those new ideas into creation, into matter. Beautiful. And then lift one of your hands with the palm facing upwards. You can lay it on your lap or just have it up in the air. And then with your mind's eye, imagine that on your palm is this beautiful golden seed. A golden seed that is pulsating with life and that contains the knowledge of all that ever was and all that ever will be. And now bring to mind that which you are wanting to create, that which you are wanting to birth into being. That piece of writing that's been wanting to be coming through for a long, long time, perhaps. Those verses in a poem or a chapter in a book or an essay that will bring change into the world. Bring that intention into mind. And then whisper, chant, sing, or simply talk, speak that intention into that golden seed. Beautiful. And then take that golden seed and imagine that you're placing it inside your womb space, into that velvety darkness of your womb, into the fertile soil of your womb. You'll know exactly where to place it. And then start showering that seed with your love. So this time, breathe in the energy of love into your womb space, directing it straight into that seed of intention. Surrounding that seed with love, infusing that seed with love. Keep breathing. Every breath bringing through more and more love into your womb space, into your intention. And know that your seed will root in exactly the right timing. It will sprout and blossom in exactly the right timing for you. Keep coming back to this every single day for at least the next 21 days. Keep breathing into your womb. Imagine those energies of love just completely surrounding your seed of intention, infusing it with the vibration of love. And just simply observe when that seed starts to root and sprout and what it starts to blossom into. And have fun with that process. Enjoy it, cherish it. And honor your womb and honor that seed of intention every single day. Mm. Let's all take one more deep, deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And when you are ready, you can slowly start coming back to me. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes, perhaps sway your body or stretch your body, whatever she wants to do. Give that to her. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Welcome back.
Mhm. It's almost like there's no words for this space, right? It's it's pure creation. Mm.
Mm. And that's also the other thing with magical, mystical, feminine spaces and dimensions. There's no need for words. We
Mm.
can just be in silence.
Hmm. Yeah, what I love about this practice is it reminds me of postpartum. When I remember after having my kids, like that empty feeling really caught me off guard. And it's not just postpartum. I think it's like if we're feeling grief or loss or any like just difficult times in our life, or even like if you get an energetic clearing, right? You get all these things released, and then you have all this space. I've realized like energetically, just the hygiene of it all, it's so supportive to just pour love into that space. And as we were giving that love to the seed, it was like the womb space is pure unconditional love, and that energy is pure creativity. Like it's the same thing. And so really like just once you acknowledge that this is within you, that even if you don't have a physical womb, I love that the energetic blueprint of it. It's something we can all access. And when you have that energy around your creative vision, it's life changing. And for me, the work that has come from that, like we were saying in the beginning, it takes you on a journey. So be ready to go, let it guide you on the journey. But just realize like you might end up in a completely different space than normal. And for me, that space has been so much more nourishing and fulfilling. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We are reclaiming spaces that have been forgotten for a long time. And they
Mm,
feel a little bit unfamiliar, almost a little bit strange at first, but the more you
mm,
connect, the more you just fall into sync with them and
mm.
start to feel more and more like you have come home, arrived home.
Yes, yes, that's absolutely. And what I find is I find so much support from ancestors, from just, guides, the great mother, angels, whatever word we're using. I just feel like this very loving support. It's like I have like my team with me to go through the life and help me navigate. So,
Beautiful. Yeah, we're not meant to be doing this alone. And
mm,
as much as we may crave for the companion of fellow human beings who are walking a similar path, and of course, when we have that, it's absolutely beautiful. But we
mhm,
also have our guides, our ancestors, the angels. I find the dragons to be incredibly potent allies and
mhm,
companions for the creative process as well. They are the primordial mother energy,
mhm.
and so many others whom we can just call upon and ask for their support and their guidance.
Yeah, and I think especially in the creative process, in the mothering process or caregiving, it often feels like we're doing it alone. And that has given me so much comfort and support in my journey. So yeah, it's really interesting when you're creating and all of a sudden you have all this extra energy and support around you.
Mm.
Yeah, that is a space to stay with for a while. So just acknowledging like the power of what we just did together. And like you were saying, Emmy, like really the 21-day thing is interesting, but really like sticking with keeping your attention in this space and tending to it like you would a garden. And yeah, just it's like even when you're pregnant, like building that connection before that seed becomes a flower or the baby grows. It's this constant connection that you get to tend to. So,
Yeah. And that tending feels like such a powerful, beautiful word as well, a very important one. It's
mhm,
connected to what you said earlier about that devotion, that devotional energy. We
mhm,
are tending something sacred. We are in devotion to something sacred. And the energy of that is so much more potent than trying to create from our heads, from the logical mind, trying to bring through something by pure thought alone, for sure.
mhm. Yeah. Yeah. It's like all the energy gets to meet the head and the thought later in the process, but when it starts from somewhere deeper, absolutely. Yeah. And I know you have a free gift, but before we share about all that, was there anything else you want to share about the womb that we might have missed or anything else coming up? Maybe focusing on just self-expression and the womb, how those two pieces connect. Any final thoughts on that?
Well, I think for me, the most important thing when it comes to self-expression, whether that's through writing or art or singing or any other way that we choose to express, dance or movement and so on, the more we root that into the energetics of the womb and kind of allow the innate organic intelligence of the womb to guide us, to lead us, the more authenticity and integrity there is in all that we bring through. And in the world that we live in right now, with all these changes and transformation that are taking place, the integrity and the idea of authentic expression is becoming more and more important so that we
Mm,
don't fall prey to the lure of artificial intelligence,
so
as effective
true.
as that might be to a lot of people. But for me, that takes us on a potentially quite a dangerous path where
Hmm.
we give our creativity over to something that is not human, that is not based on love and kindness and compassion, but on something entirely different. And connecting with the womb allows us to stay in touch with our truth. And that truth is always, always connected to love and the energies of compassion and kindness.
That is so important. Yes, I feel like that's just such a big piece you brought in that's so important to just really land is everything right now about the world we live in feels like a house of cards, right? And like the anxiety, all of the things are rampant. And to me, yes, it feels like this slippery surface that I can never get my grounding on. But the womb is like this truth underneath it all. And it's this deep, deep, deep support. And it's like nothing on Google, nothing on ChatGPT is going to touch that wisdom. It just doesn't have the same access that we do. And yeah, I think remembering the human part of us, like that's my new book. One of my friends was like, "Did you use ChatGPT for any of that?" I was like, "No, it was the exact opposite." Like I think we are craving just human-made, authentic expression of the human experience. And there's just the modern technology, I don't think will ever touch that. But that I think is what we are all craving to help navigate through these times. So chills. Whew. Okay. Yes. Okay, so could you share about your gift that you're offering today on top of all of these gifts?
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah. So this is a guided meditation. It's an activation, really, that reminds you of your own divinity, that divine spark that lives within all of us, that makes us human
Mhm.
and magical and miraculous at the same time. And it's called You Are a Miracle Activation. And I channeled that through a little while back. And it's essentially a message from the wise old woman or the crone archetype. And it
Mhm.
reminds you of how awesome and amazing you are.
Ah, that's beautiful. Yeah, miracle is a word that comes up a lot with womb work for me. And yeah, it's when we start bringing in this love, when we start working and creating from this space, to me, the miracles just unfold, and you start to see your life as the miracle and the way all of it fits together. That's if we are here listening to this, we are here for these times. And yeah, I feel like we all have a role in them. And the womb is such a beautiful guidance back into why we're here as our destiny, the design of our lives. So.
So true.
Whew, okay, yeah. So continue to support that seed that you just planted and keep us posted on how that goes. Yeah, I'm just so excited and like emotional about thinking how this will shift your life and what's possible from this space. So thank you, Emmy, for guiding us through this powerful practices. And yeah, I'm excited to see where everybody ends up because of this.
Thank you so much.
This conversation is part of the Right from the Heart retreat that I designed for the release of my new book, Rose Unfolding. You can click the links in the description below to sign up for the retreat and learn more about my new book. When you purchase the book, you'll get free access to the retreat, a meditation to activate your voice, and a playlist to support you and your voice in your next level of expression.